Good morning, students. This is our third video lecture of chapter number 3. In this video lecture, we will discuss e-banking, then other related services of bank like core banking, e-banking, mobile banking, and also services associated with the bank. So let's start with e-banking. First of all, meaning e-banking means electronic banking. In this kind of banking, transactions are done with the help of electronic media instead of physical method. The full form of e-banking is electronic banking, in which the banking transactions are done with the help of electronic media instead of physical method. Electronic media means you can say computer, laptop, also printer, debit card, credit card, means you can say the gadgets which run with electronic, and by help of these gadgets all banking transactions are done, that is known as e-banking. Question: explain the development in banking process. The development in banking process is seen at three phases. First is traditional method, second connecting computers through network, and third use of internet. So let's start with first traditional process. Transactions of bank were done traditionally and the ledgers were maintained for entries of the accounts. In addition to this, any other work such as keeping vouchers or checking the specimen signature etc. was done without any type of machines. Students, before 50 years there are also banks, and at that time all transactions are done with traditional process. At that time there were no computers and there were no internet. So if you want to do any banking transaction, then formally process that you have to follow. At that time bank keeps record as a ledger, and they maintain ledgers for the entries of the accounts. Also, if you want to withdraw money, then you have to present your check and also specimen signature you have to do, and then after bank will give you money. So we can say in traditional process banking work was done without any type of machines. Each and everything was done manually. Bank used to keep ledgers and they maintain the entries of the account. Also, if you want to update your passbook, at that time there were no printers, so handwritten passbook was updated. Second, connecting computers through network. In the traditional process of banking, all computers lying in the same branch are connected through network. One of these computers among all computers of the same branch was called the server. In this way, connecting all computers of the same branch is possible and banking process becomes easy and speedily. Now students, in second stage, or you can say in second process, computers were innovated and use of computers started in bank. We know very well computer is a one type of machine, and through computer each and every work becomes easy. In this stage, all computers lying in the same branch are connected through a network, and all data is available in these computers. The main computer, you can say the server. In server each and every data will be available, and the employees can do this work. Because of the all computers are connected with each other, you can do your work in any computer, because in every computer each and everything will be available, accounting detail, then whatever employee want to know regarding the account holder's account, they can check and give answer to the account holder. So it is very easy to operate the banking work. So in this way, banking process becomes very easy and speedily. Last and final development in banking process is use of internet. Bank computers were connected through internet, as a result of which banking process becomes very easy and speedy. Now with the use of internet, you can do your banking work very easily. At your home you can do your banking work, and also for banking employees it is very easy to do banking work. With use of internet, from any place you operate your bank account and also doing banking transaction. You can withdraw from any branch of the same bank, and also you can deposit money from any branch. So it is now very simple and very easy to operate your bank account from anywhere. So students, these are the three developments in banking process. First is traditional process, in which simple work is there, no machines were used, and each and every thing is done manually. The ledgers were maintained for accounting work. Now second process, you can say second development is done, that computers were innovated and use of computers is done in banking system. So for employees and also for general people, it is very easy to operate their bank account. And last and final, use of internet. Because of internet, now it is very simple to operate your banking account from anywhere. Financial transaction and non-financial transaction. First of all, financial transaction. Here bank account holder transfer money from his bank account to another bank account of the other bank account holder. This transaction is called financial transaction. Payment like telephone bill, tax bill, or other such payments are included in this. Students, these financial transactions are now very popular, and each and every account holder do this transaction for his convenience. You can transfer money from your bank account to another bank account holder's account. Also you can pay your telephone bill, or you can recharge your mobile phone, also tax bill. Each and every financial transaction is done with the help of internet and also new technologies. So in financial transaction, only and only transactions related to money are completed. Second, non-financial transactions. In this kind of transaction, financial transaction is not included, but the account holder does the transaction like getting account statement, checkbook request, PIN change, stop payment request, and other such non-financial transactions. Students, very simple non-financial transaction. Clearly, non-financial transaction. So, some regular work, you can say, to get new checkbook, you can request bank for new checkbook. Also, if you want to change your PIN, personal identification number, if you want to stop your check, and also you want to get your account statement, these all things can be done easily. So in non-financial transaction, regarding financial transaction, nothing is there. Only and only some regular work you can finish by this transaction. Banking functions. In these functions, we will discuss three functions. First, core banking, second, e-banking, and third, mobile banking. So let's start with first core banking. Core means centralized on the line real time exchange. This is the full form of core banking. CORE, centralized on the line real time exchange. In this system, all the branches of the same bank located in the different parts of the world are connected to one another. In the centralized server of the bank, all the details of all the accounts of all the branch of the bank are available. Entry of transaction of an account holder of a bank is recorded in the centralized server of the bank in real time. The change in entry occurring in the centralized server can be seen in all the branches of the bank. The account holder of any branch can complete his transaction from any other branch of this bank. He can withdraw or deposit money or can do any transaction in his account from any other branch. Thus, the account holder becomes the customer of the bank and not the particular branch. This process can be done in different branches of the same bank. Because of this arrangement, time and expenditure of both the bank and customer are decreases. Very important service by bank, core banking. First of all, full form, centralized online real time exchange. In this system, what happen? All branches of the same bank located in the different parts of the world are connected to one another. How branches are connected? Simple, with the centralized server of the bank. And in this server, all the details of all the accounts of all the branches of the bank are available. I can give you example. For a SBI bank, there are lots of branches of SBI bank, and SBI bank has their centralized server, and in this server all the data of all the branches is available in this centralized server. In this server, whatever transaction is done, that will be recorded in real time. If you have deposited money at 11 o'clock, then first of all it will be recorded in the centralized server, and server after give message to respected branch. This transaction can be seen in all the branches of the bank. If you have deposited 10,000, then this transaction can be seen in all the branches of the SBI bank. So with help of this, the account holder of any branch can complete his transaction from any other branch of this bank. The main thing is that your account is in SBI, so you can use your any SBI branch to operate your account. You cannot go in other bank. Simple, centralized server, SBI, so you can use any SBI branch for your accounting transaction. You want to withdraw or you want to deposit money, then you can do easily in his account. Any account holder can do this work. So now account holder becomes the customer of the bank and not of the particular branch. Because of core banking, you can do your accounting work on also related banking work in different branches of the same bank, and because of this arrangement, time and expenses of both bank and customer are decreased. So this is very important service by bank, core banking. This answer can be asked in 2 marks or 3 marks as a short note. Second, e-banking. You can say electronic banking. E means electronic. In this recent time, all the banks are connected through internet. to their branches by the medium of server. So a person can withdraw or deposit money from any other branch regardless of his home branch. Banks have established their e-corner at different places by means of which the customer can either withdraw or deposit money from his account through his ATM card with help of machines. He can also know the balance in his account by this system. Because of this kind of transaction, the bank also registered the account holder's mobile number on which the customer receives message whenever there is any transaction in his account. Banking work becomes easy because of this transaction. Students, we have already discussed e-banking, electronic banking, simple electronic gadgets and mediums are there for this system. In bank, due to these machines, work become very easy. You know very well ATM, also there is a cash depositing machine, and also you can there are automatic machines which print your passbook. So these are the machines which help account holder for his accounting work, for his banking work. In bank, e-corners are there. E-corner means electronic corner. In electronic corner, there are only machines, and these machines are work automatically. You can do your all accounting work. Simple, there are three main work in bank. One, want to deposit money. Second, withdraw money. And third, you want to update your passbook. This all work can be done at any time. You can say 24 hours because these are machines. To operate this machine, you don't require any employee. These machines work automatically. So it is not compulsory to go bank in only at banking hours. You can withdraw money at late night. Also, you can deposit money early morning by with help of these machines. So e-banking, and also your mobile number, registered mobile number is connected with this system, and if you do any banking transaction, simply you get message, and this because of this system now work becomes very easy for a bank and also for account holder. Third service is mobile banking. Mobile banking is such a system through which any financial transaction is made possible from any corner of the world through electronic equipment, that is mobile phone with internet connectivity. The person need not have to go to the bank physically in this system and can manage transactions like knowing the balance of the account, paying the light bill, gas bill, taxes, or making other payment. Money can be transferred from one account to another. The customer has to make an application to the bank in order to get this kind of service. The bank then provides login ID and password for mobile banking. It is necessary to follow security rules in this system. Now, very important service is mobile banking. With use of internet, you can use this service which is given by bank. Each and every bank now has their own application. An application is available at Play Store, and also you can use this service by installing the application. In this application, to log in, bank will give you login ID and then you have to set your password. Because of this mobile banking, you don't go to bank physically. Simply with your mobile phone in which internet connectivity is necessary, from any corner of world you can do your banking transaction. You can transfer money from your account to another bank account. Also, you you can pay tax, also you can pay your gas bill, recharge your mobile, and also money can be transferred from one account to another account. In this application, for security purpose, you should change your password periodically. So mobile banking is now very useful for also customer and also for bank, because banking work is now reduced due to mobile banking. Necessaries or regular some work, paying of bill, recharge, these all things are done by customer himself. Main thing is that you don't want to go bank physically, and also from any corner of the world you can do your transactions. So to get this service, simply you have to make an application to the bank, and bank will give you login ID and password, and then after you can use this service. So students, these are the three services. First we have completed core banking, second e-banking, and third is mobile banking. These all are now very useful services for all the customers. Services associated with bank. Three services. First is ATM, second credit card, and third is debit card. So let's start with first ATM. The full form of this service is automated teller machine. The bank account holder is given this facility. When the customer needs, he can withdraw the minimum amount decided by the bank and lesser than the balance of his account. The bank account holder can withdraw limited amount from his account under the daily withdrawal limit. The limitation of maximum withdrawal amount in a single time is also fixed by the bank. The bank provides ATM card to the customer. The customer is also given a secret PIN. Money can be withdrawn from the ATM of other bank also, but some extra charge has to be paid for the same. Students, you know very well about ATM, automated teller machine. This is a machine in which you can get money from any time. These machines are put by bank at different places. Generally in branch these machines are there. In this machine, first of all, this facility is given to only account holder. In this facility, customer has card and also PIN to operate this service. Bank account holder can withdraw limited amount from his account under the daily withdrawal limit. Generally, some bank has given limit up to rupees 20,000. Some bank give limit 40,000, and you can withdraw from any ATM of other bank also. But if you have used other bank's ATM, then you have to pay some extra charge for this service. Generally, there are limited transactions in a month. You can withdraw 5 times in a month from ATM. If you have withdraw more then you have to pay also charge. How much amount you can withdraw? Very simple. Limit is fixed by bank, rupees 20,000 or 40,000 in a single day, and you can withdraw the minimum amount decided by the bank and lesser than the balance of his account. Generally round figure is there, rupees 500,000, 10,000 you can easily withdraw. Second, credit card. This type of bank card has been used widely from the end of 20th century. An account holder or any person can apply to the bank and can demand the credit card. The bank conducts a systematic study of the credit of the person, like how much debt can be repaid by him through this card. This is determined by the bank on the basis of study. On the basis of this study, the bank issue a credit card with a pre-decided limit to him. When he makes purchase, the amount from his account will be debited and the amount will be credited to the seller's account. Balance statement is sent to the card holder at fixed time, which he has to settle or repay with prescribed time limit. Credit card. Credit means your reputation. Students, this type of card is widely used at the end of 20th century. Here you can apply your bank for credit card. When you apply for credit card, at that time bank conducts a systematic study of your history, credit history, and how much debt can be repaid by you, that will be decided by your bank. As your income is high, bank decides that you can pay more debt and bank will give you more credit card. In credit card, the limit is fixed by bank, for example 50,000 or lakh or 5 lakhs. And also there is a certain time limit is given by bank, for example 1 month or 45 days. Within 45 days, on behalf of you, your bank will pay your amount. So bank debited amount in your account, and after 45 days the statement is generated. Whatever transaction is done by you, for example if you have purchased any product, if you have make payment in any restaurant, any petrol pump, you have pay money. So each and everything is recorded in your account, and on behalf of your money will be paid by your bank, and this all amount debited to your account. After generating the statement, this statement is forwarded to you, and within prescribed time, generally 10 to 15 days, you have to pay this money to the bank. When you pay amount to the bank increase your credit card limit. So simply credit card, you can say this is one type of card in which 45 to 50 days given by bank. Within this time limit, you can use your amount which is given by bank on your credit, and easily transactions are done. But in credit card, your credit history is very important. Bank conducts your systematic study, and how much amount you can pay, that will be decided by bank. Last service is debit card. This card can be used at that place where there is an arrangement to do transaction through debit card. The card holder makes payment of his shopping through his card. This card is given to the seller to swipe after shopping. The billing amount is debited to the account of the card holder. The card holder can spend only from the available balance in his account. Simple debit card. In this card, whatever amount is available in your bank account, that is pay or that can be used by you at payment. In this card, seller swipe the card and the amount is automatically debited from your bank account. Whatever amount is available in your account is your debit card limit. Simple, in your bank account there is a 50,000, your debit card limit is 50,000. If you have 10,000 balance, so you can only use 10,000. So in debit card, whatever amount you have in your bank account, that will be used by you. The main difference between debit card and credit card is that in credit card, on behalf of you, your payment is done by your bank. But in debit card, whatever amount is available in your bank account, that will be deducted and you can use your amount. So students, in this video lecture, we have completed chapter number 3, very important chapter, Business Services Part 2. In this chapter, we have completed the main function, then subsidiary function, also types of bank account. These all are very important services for any people. So students, in next video lecture, we will discuss chapter number 4. Till then, goodbye and Jai Shri Krishna from Jimir sir.